I believe the people owe that boy Boxingego an apology because he told you this moment was coming. So if you could, if you could give me that 45 likes. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Just call me Mr. Told You So, because once again, I told you so. I made several videos regarding Manny Pacquiao and his return. Now, when it came to Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, for whatever reason, I always believed that Pacquiao, I really believe both of them will come back at some point, but I really believe Pacquiao's retirement was kind of like falling in line, like he was doing just kind of like Mayweather did in announcing retirement, but I didn't believe it would stick. And especially one of the big reasons is because he doesn't promote himself. He uses Top Rank, and that's his promoter. He has a boss, you know what I mean, a guy who in Bob Arum and a company that puts together his fights, right? So that being said, I knew Bob Arum just from patterns and stuff. I just feel like he would try to capitalize. Pacquiao had a good performance. I don't think Bob Arum would want to just see that type of cash cow go off into the sunset for a career in politics that has nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really believe Pacquiao would be retired, and rightfully so, because he just fought Timothy Bradley, looked good in that fight, in the third fight that nobody really wanted to see, and he knocked Bradley down twice, and instead of riding off to the sunset, he'll be back November 5th. Now, the reason I'm calling myself Mr. Told You So is because here's a statement from Pacquiao. Yes, the fight is on. I have agreed to a November 5 fight with reigning WBO welterweight champion Jessie Vargas. Boxing is my passion. I miss what I've been doing inside the gym and atop the ring. He also says boxing is my main source of income. I can't rely on my salary as public official. I'm helping the whole family of my wife and my own family as well. Many people also come to me, ask for help, and I couldn't ignore them. So money talks. That's basically what he's saying to me. Money talks. He doesn't, you know what I mean, life as a senator, he's doing that more to help his community, help the place that raised him in the Philippines, and to make his mark in that. But it ain't the same as them boxing paychecks when you're a superstar like Manny Pacquiao. So he's coming back. That's what it says. Now, the biggest thing is he's fighting Jessie Vargas. I told you guys, I have nothing against Jessie Vargas. I have nothing against Pacquiao. Me personally, out of all the names that could possibly, that are really realistic for Pacquiao, Jessie Vargas is one of the bottom ones. He's probably the last, dead last. What I mean by that, Terrence Crawford, Adrien Broner, Danny Garcia, and Keith Thurman. I'd rather see all of those fights before Jessie Vargas. I do realize that Jessie Vargas is a champion, but to put things in perspective, he has not defended against anyone. He won a vacant title. Jessie Vargas is a tough fighter. He's a good fighter. I met him. He seems like a stand-up dude. However, I would like to see champions who have never been champions in this weight division before, right, defend at least against somebody else, because again, it's not just a Pacquiao thing. I really don't know who I would pick Vargas to beat out of the top welterweights. You know what I mean? Would you pick Vargas over Danny Garcia? Would you pick him over Errol Spence Jr., Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Kell Brook if he stayed there? You know what I'm saying? So it's not just Pacquiao, but when you talk about Pacquiao, we know Pacquiao's elite. So that's a tall order for anybody to beat Pacquiao. He has tons of experience. He's awkward as fuck. He's a southpaw. And then he sidesteps and he's moving all around. He has power. I mean, it's a tough fight for anyone at welterweight, just based on his experience alone and his frenetic style. You know what I mean? That Tasmanian devil stuff. So to me, I would rather have seen Jessie Vargas do a little bit more other than the Saddam Ali victory and then automatically get propelled into a Pacquiao fight. And again, different fights that I just listed there's different reasons. Like Broner, that would be, I don't think Broner would beat Pacquiao. I don't know, but I think that would be more of a spectacle. That would be a high grossing. It would be a fight that's good for boxing. It would do numbers, period, right? So if Pacquiao's going to fight a guy that I don't know if that guy can beat him, like a Jessie Vargas, at least have it be a blockbuster event where you're going to get some classic sound bites from Adrien Broner. Like, oh man, you know AB ain't beating him. Pacquiao, he just mad, and after I might give Pacquiao Uber, you know what I'm saying? He's going to say something crazy that probably makes no sense. He's going to sell the fight. So again, if he's going to fight that level of competition, the only thing, see, this is the thing. Aside from the fact that Jessie Vargas has never defended his belt that he won via vacancy, aside from that, to not let me know that he's the top welterweight or one of them, aside from that, is Pacquiao's at the point of his career where a belt does not define him. He really doesn't need the belt. Like, you know what I mean? At that level, when you've already had belts and you're 8 division champion and you already beat the De La Hoyas of the world and guys like that, to me, that belt, you know what I mean, that might be even a chore because you have to pay sanctioning fees and stuff like that. So it's not like he needs the belt. You know what I mean? Beating Bradley, who beat Vargas, and again, it's not about triangle theories, it's just he beat Bradley 3 times, in my opinion. He literally beat him 3 times. First one was kind of close. Bradley started good in the second one and then fizzled out and tapped out. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't look good the second half, and Pacquiao clearly won. And then Pacquiao clearly won the third. And this is a guy who at welterweight is not the biggest puncher. Bradley's a phenomenal fighter, but he's not the biggest puncher or anything. And he handled Vargas very easily with minimal power for 11 rounds. So if Bradley could do it, not that Pacquiao's the exact same boxer, but Pacquiao he can box. You know what I mean? Actually, Pacquiao can box, and he has been ever since the Marquez knockout. He's been boxing a bit more like Brandon Rios. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't really see what a Jessie Vargas is going to do, like in terms of his speed, his athleticism, and like a lot of people get fooled by these like knockouts, like, oh, Victor see, this, a lot of motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. That's really what it boils down to. Like Victor Postal, because he knocked out Lucas Matisse, I don't think Postal's hitting harder than Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia didn't get a knockout. So a lot of people got gassed and said he was going to knock out Crawford, and I didn't see that. Why I predicted Crawford to beat him, which I was right, and I said via decision, right? People get gassed off of that. That was a good win for him, that he beat Matisse and stopped him, but I think that was a culmination of Matisse he's been through wars, and he didn't look good versus that style, that height. He's not like a pure boxer like that. He's not going to get on his toes and stuff like that. So every time he kept trying to bring the fight to Postal, he was getting clinched and tied up, or he was getting counterpunched and boxed. You know what I mean? And he almost like pretty much gave up in that particular fight, right? So people get gassed up, like even the Jessie Vargas. The Saddam Ali, I take nothing away from that because a lot of people didn't expect him to win that particular fight. That was a great performance from him, but it was Saddam Ali who hadn't been proven at that level either. He had a very tough fight with Chia Santana, who just recently lost to Benavidez, just on the card recently. Kareem Mayfield knocked Santana out, and then Saddam Ali is a good fighter, but he went the distance with him. You know what I mean? Like Santana, I believe, rehydrated pretty big in that fight. But that and the Bregu performance, you know what I mean? So Saddam Ali was pretty untested as well. He's an Olympian, but it just because you could knock out him doesn't mean that you could knock out a Pacquiao, because Jessie Vargas said he'll knock out Pacquiao. So to me, I'd really have to see it to believe it. And to me, if Pacquiao loses this some kind of way, it's more due to his training or preparation, or his disinterest in the sport of boxing. I don't know. Stylistically, I can't see Jessie Vargas beating him. Vargas is a career 140-pounder. Yes, he has the frame to move up, but it's kind of like a Robert Guerrero. Like, Robert Guerrero clearly has the frame to move up to welterweight, which he did. However, it's a bit different when you're fighting at featherweight, when you're fighting at 140, and then you move up and start fighting big punchers in a higher division. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a whole different ball game, because your body, whether you have the frame to move up or not, if you've been crunching down to the lower weight classes like Robert Guerrero was doing, you know what I mean? And then you start fighting a Keith Thurman, you're like, fuck, this guy's hitting hard, because Keith Thurman didn't start at featherweight. He didn't start in the 126s. He started probably at welterweight, and probably as an amateur fought at 150 or better. And even as a pro, he had that catchweight fight at 52 or 53. Big difference. You know what I mean? Same thing with Jessie Vargas. He spent a lot of his career in a lighter division like 140. And I'm not saying fighters can never move up, but you have to be very special to move up and then start beating, like, you know what I mean, like Lomachenko. I think he's special. He moved up and beat Rocky Martinez like easily, right? Roy Jones did it a bunch of times. Floyd did it. Pacquiao did it. So I think it takes something real special. And I'm not saying that Jessie Vargas, he doesn't have any special effects like some of the elite level fighters. So I just don't really see what he's gonna do to dethrone Pacquiao. If Pacquiao comes in motivated with his regular style and looks anything like he did versus Bradley in the third fight, I just see no way for Vargas to win. So that's just my opinion. But we'll see with the game plan. Dewey Cooper, I mean, I've doubted them before when he had the fight with Saddam Ali. I didn't know if he would win that particular fight. I was like worried about him constantly switching trainers, and they pulled it off. But once again, I was right. I told you Pacquiao was not going to fight Crawford. And that's another thing, man. Like, why Pacquiao's team said he can make 140. Freddie Roach says not only can Pacquiao make 140, he said he belongs at 140, and if he was at 140, he'd be getting knockouts. So go down to 140, fight a 140-pound champion in Terrence Crawford, and knock him out, and you'll get a lot more credit. Vargas is a tough fighter. He's a good fighter. I know people personally, boxers, professional boxers that you guys know, but it doesn't really matter in this video, that have sparred Jessie Vargas. And I heard about the sparring sessions, and they told me that, oh, we didn't think much of Vargas until after. He said after we sparred him, the kid is tough. He got heart like a motherfucker. That's really, I think, almost verbatim what they said. They said he's tough as fuck. He has heart. The first day, he was bringing it. So I know what Jessie Vargas is. I know he's a good fighter. I know he has a background, but it's really about style. Stylistically, there's other fights like, and Pacquiao to me is just on another level, and he's on another level than most. You know what I mean? Like, to beat Pacquiao, like, I see the blueprint to beat Pacquiao because he's lost before, and I just don't see Jessie Vargas having enough of the things that have given Pacquiao the fits or problems. Like, he doesn't fight like Floyd Mayweather. He doesn't fight like Juan Manuel Marquez. He doesn't fight like Bradley. And those are the guys that have wins over him. You know what I mean? So I'm not talking about the Rustico Torrecampo Pacquiao that was losing back then. I'm talking about the Pacquiao that was beating Barrera's ass and Eric Morales and Ricky Hatton and guys like that. This version of Pacquiao, especially since he got knocked out, he's been more cautious. Like, he doesn't, I don't know. He's not as reckless. Like, he's being cautious so he doesn't jump into shit. Like, before he would just kind of, like, he was real wild and real reckless because he had nothing to respect. You know what I'm saying? But now he thinks twice after that knockout because he's not trying to get knocked out. So we'll see. Let me know if you think Jessie Vargas can beat him. It's just, to me, in the list of fights that were proposed, that's the last fight that I would want to see on that list. But it is a championship fight. It just, I mean, Canelo Smith is a championship fight, and I'm not happy. I'm not really thrilled about that one either. So it's not just, to me at this point, it's not just about belts when you're a guy like Pacquiao, because Pacquiao, a lot of people who say he can retire now and he has nothing else to prove. So if that's the case, then a belt is not going to define him. So beating Jessie Vargas for a belt, I'd rather him beat a fighter that would possibly beat him, like Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? That's a great 50-50 type of fight, stylistically. So if he would beat that, an undefeated Terrence Crawford, to me, that's more meaningful. And then I'm like, wow, Pacquiao really just closed this chapter very well. But let me know what you guys think. Pacquiao says he has agreed to fight Jessie Vargas November 5th. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you like my videos. Always hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.